You finally get that killer top trump from back in the day. It's obviously decided that it would like a little more TLC before venturing out, so for these wet winter nights, how did it really stack up? The Lotus Elite definitely has those Marmite looks. You either love them or hate them. No middle ground. At the time of launch in 1974, it was the world's most expensive four-cylinder car. Maybe not a stat you want to boast about. But it did come from a 7-time F1 World Constructors Champion, and even today, 5 decades later, there are not many manufacturers that can boast that heritage. So how did the Lotus Elite hand play out against Ferrari and Porsche in the 2+2 sports car deck? Well, you need to choose your stats wisely. Sure, the Mondial 8 had more cylinders, more power, higher top speed, but it drank fuel like it was 1966 and took so long to come to a halt that you could squeeze a couple of Range Rovers into the gap. I'm not saying that the Mondial 8 was slow, but if it had been in your class at school, they would have been the last one picked for the football team. At 1,445 kilograms, it was almost half an Elite heavier. For its time, the Lotus 907 engine was clever. High power per cylinder at 40 bhp and high power per liter at over 81 bhp, both stats the Ferrari could only dream of. But yeah, the Mondial 8? How did the Lotus Elite stack up against one of the legends, the mighty 911? Well, back in the day pretty well. While the Elite to take a base 911 any day, the 2.7S was a little more of a challenge. Here we need to play the lightness stat. A good Ford Cortina difference in braking from 60 in favor of the Elite. With 7 F1 World Championship wins to nil and 2 safety awards to nil. The Elite is romping home on this hand, but with only a handful 911 2.7S left in the UK, it's an incredibly rare car. Again, that 907 engine from Lotus demolishes the 911 with an advantage of over 10 bhp per cylinder and over 15 bhp per liter. But look at that drag figure 0.41. It would not be until the 996 generation of 1997 that the 911 would match the Elite's drag coefficient of 0.30. But despite these winning stats, the Elite has transformed from being overly expensive to being a classic steal.